live streaming really help you grow your YouTube channel, get you more leads, and even help you monetize if you're not yet at 4,000 watch hours? Well, I believe the answer is yes. That's why I'm making this video. If you've been putting off live streaming because you're nervous, unsure what to say, or afraid no one will show up, you're not alone. I've been streaming on Twitch for over 5 years, and let me tell you, I've seen it all. 0 viewers? Been there. Rambling into the void? Oh yes. But I've also seen what works, and in this video, I'm giving you the exact framework I use to make live streams that feel fun, structured, and actually will help your YouTube channel grow, even if you're not monetized yet. Because live streaming done right is one of the smartest growth moves you can make. And later in this video, I will prove that live streaming is like cheating the YouTube algorithm. I love beating the robots. Now, this system works whether you're an educational creator, a coach, or you mow people's lawns. Shout out at the real blades. And if you copy this framework, I guarantee you will see growth on your YouTube. Now, the framework is simple but elegant. Put a tiny hat on a serious pigeon. I even created a free plug-and-play live stream template for you to use as you plan your next or your first live stream. It's in the first link in the description below. Now, the first part of my framework, which I lovingly call SPICE, is to start your live stream like it's a YouTube video, not a work meeting where we're waiting for Deborah to unmute herself. Can you guys hear me? You have to start with a hook and hook people quickly, because remember, the best thing about live streaming on YouTube is that the content lives on your channel afterwards, where it is searchable, unlike Twitch, where you are only discoverable while you are live. Yes, I'm throwing shade. So that means we need to give the replay viewer a reason to stick around immediately. So instead of, welcome to my live stream, now let's wait for more folks to show up, try something like, today, I'm going to show you how to make a 15-minute dinner using only the 3 things that are left in your fridge. You're not just talking to the 2 people live, one of whom is your cat. You're talking to the hundreds of thousands who will watch the replay. Treat it like a show, and that means be a hooker. Hook 'em. You know what I mean? Now, the P in my SPICE framework is all about the intro. The P stands for the promise and the preview. This is where you're going to tell the viewers who you are and why you're qualified to tell them about the topic. Also tell them what they're going to get by watching the entire live stream / video. For example, after we started with, today I'm going to show you how to make a 15-minute dinner using only what's in your fridge, you promise and preview with, I've been teaching busy folks how to cook with what they've got for years. And in this live stream, I'll walk you through one of my go-to formulas. This is one of the easiest live cooks you'll ever do. See how I gave a promise and a preview, all while telling the viewer why I'm the authority? Yeah, you like that, huh? One of the biggest mistakes I see after watching countless live streams on YouTube is that they save their best stuff for later. You gotta drop the gold early. And so this is the I in SPICE. Impart value. You've got to give them something useful, surprising, or funny within the first few minutes. Instead of easing into your content, welcoming people in the chat for 15 minutes, open strong. So let's go back to our cooking example. Here's the formula I use anytime I'm staring into a fridge with no plan. 1 protein, 1 veg, and 1 base. Tonight I have a half a rotisserie chicken, some sad-looking spinach, and 2 leftover tortillas, so we're making tacos, baby. If you give people value right away, they trust you enough to stick around, even if your cat walks across the keyboard mid-sentence. And part of imparting value is showing rather than telling. And I find that most people will feel more comfortable going live with a slide deck that they can refer to, especially if it's educational content. It doesn't need to be a dissertation, just a few points on a Google slide. It's easy to share your screen with tools like StreamYard or Riverside, and I'm going to be making an in-depth video about how to set these up for your live stream super quickly, so make sure that you subscribe if you haven't already to catch that when it drops. Many YouTube creators have told me that the #1 reason they don't live stream is because they're afraid no one will show up. Well, don't be afraid. They won't show up, and that's okay, because even if no one is watching and no one is asking questions, you'll have a plan for interaction. And this is where the C comes in SPICE. We got to chat it up. That means talking to the replay viewer and asking chat-based questions that give people a reason to type something, even if it's an emoji. So you're going to try things like, what's the weirdest thing in your fridge right now? I once made an entire meal out of a half a lemon, a leftover egg roll, and a suspicious jar of capers. Drop yours in the chat. And if you're watching the replay, put it in the comments. Live streams are all about engagement and connecting with community, so we want to frequently involve the viewers, even if you are giving educational content. Now, as part of my framework, I structured time after every main point for Q&A. And I know what you're thinking. What if it's just me and my cat? What if no one asks questions? So you have your own questions ready. You could say, someone always asks me, or a question I get asked a lot is, your job is to carry the conversation like a great host. So what are some questions that the viewer might have? Have them ready. Write them down. Put them on a sticky note. Or use the template that I gave you in the description below. And so this is the next part of my framework. It's the E in SPICE. You're going to end each main point with a Q&A. And after that, you repeat the I, the C, and the E for the next of your main points. You impart value, you chat it up, and you end with a Q&A for as many points as you need. Simple but elegant. And here's a bonus part that most people skip. Your live stream should end like a Netflix episode. Don't just trail off with, well, I guess that's it. Instead, you're going to wrap up with a key idea and point them somewhere. This is the bonus letter. Why? You loop them back. So now we have spicy. I know that's not how you spell it. It's how you direct them to keep watching content that's related and helpful to them. If this helped you, go watch my video on planning weeknight meals on a budget. It walks you through my checklist. But wait, Lavonda, how specifically does live streaming actually grow my YouTube channel? It helps you build authority. When you show up live, unedited and unfiltered, people start to see you as the real deal. You're not just hiding behind a polished upload. You're confidently teaching, entertaining, and leading in real time. And that builds trust. And trust equals authority. It also helps you get more content out quicker because there's no editing obstacles. And let's be honest, editing can be a momentum killer. Live streaming skips that whole process. You hit go live, you deliver the value, and boom, you've got a full piece of content out into the world without spending hours chopping it up or second guessing every cut. And it helps you build a community faster than just posting videos alone. Live streams feel personal. When people can ask you questions and hear you respond in real time, and they feel like they're in the room with you, even if it's just them and a cup of coffee, it builds connection. Connection turns viewers into community. And it can even help you get monetized when you're just starting out. To qualify for YouTube's partner program, you need 4,000 public watch hours, and live streams are one of the fastest ways to rack them up. Every minute someone watches your stream counts, and the longer live session means more time on the clock. There's no editing and no waiting. It's just the live views stacking towards that magic number. And of course, you know you're going to leave this as a video for later that people can watch. But your live streams have to be good. They have to have a structure and a flow. It's how I've built community, authority, and long-term growth without being monetized. And if you're still too nervous to go live, you're going to watch this video where I'll walk you through the exact steps to make being on camera feel 10 times easier and more natural.